Hello, everybody. My name is just Jackal, and welcome to the JaklCast podcast, or just JaklCast, as we'll call it from now on forward. Uh, Today's the first episode, marking the many episodes we plan to make. So I'm just going to give you a basic rundown of what the JaklCast is and what it will be. So the JaklCast is a podcast I started in, I believe, 2019.
You're kidding me.
Why is it iPhone alarm? You're fine. So it's a podcast I started back in 2019 with a group of friends. That we just talked about stuff. It wind up being taken off my channel at the first episode just because I didn't know how I wanted to make it correctly. And I've had a few podcasts since then and before then that were also failures. So I'm hoping this one works out. I'm joined by my co-host. If you want to introduce yourself on the left first.
Hi, I'm just Assassin. Yep.
And then on the right.
Hi, I'm Whisper Wolf.
Yeah, so you guys have seen these two be in a lot of my content, so I chose them to be my two co-hosts. Now I'm going to explain how this podcast will work. So, I've gotten this podcast from the idea from a bunch of recent podcasts I saw they worked in the system. So I thought it'd be a better format for the JaklCast podcast. So, in the first episode, we will explain. Sorry. Sorry. In the first episode, we will discuss our podcasts and the prior two podcasts, which I will do in a couple minutes. By the second episode, our basis will be I make a topic. Each participant will take turns to tell a story and get points 1 through 5 in each story. The person with the most points will host the next episode, and so forth. So, we had a bunch of topics that we brainstormed like a month ago, I think. And we were like, okay, the person that gets points based on how good their story is or how good the thing they say is, kind of like story. By the end of the episode, whoever has the most points gets to be the host of the next episode. They get to choose the next topic, and then they get to be the judge of the points again. So it'll come like that's a point system, which is similar to a couple podcasts I've seen out there. Except this one, I'm doing something I haven't seen in too many of them, where we will have a guest on some episodes. We will bring someone aboard who will be the judge instead of the person who won the last episode. So that will only happen if if there's a draw, or if one of the judges doesn't want to be the judge of the next episode and they hand it to us, like a guest. So there will be guests, and the rules of the podcast now. So for the discussion of the two previous podcasts. Obviously, as I explained, is what happened to the original JaklCast. We had another one called Mega Gay Podcast, which was made when I was way younger, about 3 or almost 4 years ago now, where me and a group of friends would sit in a Discord VC and just talk. So it was much more like a listening to 4 or 5 dumbasses talking more than a podcast. So that's why we tried taking a better format over the years.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that, I have explained the premise of the JaklCast, along with the introduction of my two co-hosts, and what will be happening in the podcast. Yeah. If you guys have anything you guys want to say.
Not really.
Okay. Phil, you guys have anything to say?
No, not really.
All right. So, we will see you guys very soon in the next episode, where a topic will be picked, and I will do it such as I said in the previous minutes. So for this, it's the end of the first episode. So make sure you check the description below. I will have my channel. Obviously, this will be posted on, so I don't know why I said that. I have Will's channel, or just Assassin, and Whisper Wolf, or Phil. And I will also include stuff like our studio channel and a couple other things like Persian SMP.
Yeah.
So Obviously, this is just a podcast for if you're a fan of just Jackal and want to hear what him and his friends get up to behind the scenes, because a lot of the stuff we do behind the scenes isn't talked about nowadays. We usually only post content. There's a lot of interaction between the creators and the community. So this idea was to make it better.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it. Thank you
Yeah.
for showing up to the first episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
All
Goodbye.
right. Bye.
Bye.